we'll revisit all this in a little bit. We will. Because joining us right now, and I'm really excited to have him, we have one of the featured participants in this year's ECWA Super 8 tournament. Look at that. He's jacked. Look at them right there. So you see the comparison, right?
Equal.
No.
Equal.
It's like before and after.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Before and after a bender. Joining us right now. So Drew Hood is with us, and we're going to be I'm really excited to talk with him. Like I said, he's going to be part of the Super 8 tournament this year. And Drew, how you doing, man?
I am doing phenomenal, fantastic, and absolutely incredible. How about you?
They're all adjectives that I would say as well.
Beautiful.
It's a good thing. It really is a good thing. For those maybe who don't know so much about you, Drew, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh boy, I could talk about me all day. So I guess for starters, I am an independent professional wrestler who loves to embody sports entertainment. That's why I call myself the Prince of Sports Entertainment. Some royalty in a controversial style of professional wrestling. A lot of people are a little iffy, maybe 50-50 on I love it, I hate it. I choose the far I love it end of the spectrum. I've been wrestling for about 5 years, coming up on 6 this August. I am loud. I'm obnoxious. People say I have either the most lovable or the most punchable. A little bit more heavy on that one, face in all professional wrestling.
Right.
So you have a lot in common with Brady right now, sounds like.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently. Look, just, brothers, but just not by blood, I guess. But, what else is there about me? What was to say my dating profile? So 6'2", long walks on the beach, music taste vary on a week by week basis. Love the gym. I love food. I love cooking. I love traveling. Boy. But in all seriousness, with professional wrestling, I hope to bring a certain different kind of pizzazz, a different kind of style to the Super 8 tournament. I think I'm going to be bringing a charismatic outlook that all of my prestigious opponents in this tournament certainly will not be expecting. I'm hoping to bring something different to the table.
Okay, now you talk about something different. Maybe for people who haven't seen it, or maybe have never even been to a Super 8 tournament, what can they expect?
What can we expect? As a movie trailer might say, you can expect drama, you can expect action. I don't think romance is on the card, but then again, who knows? You can expect high flying, you can expect technicality, you can expect brawling, you can expect literally just a clash and a mix of all kinds of styles. They say that professional wrestling, like an ice cream shop, has a bunch of different flavors. With this Super 8 tournament, all those flavors are in one place on one evening, and that makes for a phenomenal night of professional wrestling and sports entertainment.
Now, that sounds really cool. Now, on a personal level, I'm guessing you've been a fan for a long time, right?
I have been a fan for a very, very, very long time. Not my entire life. I wasn't born out of the womb watching WWF, but I have been a fan for, well over 3/4 of my lifetime. Yes.
I was going to ask how much the Super 8 tournament actually meant to you.
So I've got some people that I've shared locker rooms with that have done the Super 8 tournament before. And whenever the announcement came out about it, they were all just giving me all kinds of advice and just telling me, stay safe, have fun, enjoy yourself. This is a huge, prestigious tournament. And I mean, we've seen the promotional material for it. We've seen the video recaps. We know who's been in this tournament. And it cannot be overstated how important it is. This could be a career-making moment. This could be a stepping stone into brighter lights and bigger futures. This is a tournament that, most of independent wrestling knows about, wants to be a part of, but there's only that 8 that gets in. So it's the prestige of it is just ever so high, and it climbs higher every year.
Like you said, you've been doing this for about 5 years now. Have you had that pinch me moment? One of the listeners wanted to know that.
Oh, pinch me moment. So, pinch me, I'm dreaming. Actually, that kind of came pretty recently. Okay. I was in front of some very important eyes. We'll just put it that way. Some very important eyes in some very high places. And I did some work for them. And to essentially be told to my face, eye to eye, there's something to you. You're the guy. there is something that can be developed into a money-making attraction one day. That was a pinch me. Are we sure about that? Do I need to wake up right now? Am I okay? And that was definitely a vindicating moment. We'll just put it that way, because as most wrestlers know, it's a lot of long nights, it's a lot of long drives, it's a lot of lost money, and it's a lot of hard work to get to certain points like that. So it makes it all worth it.
Sure, and I think that's one of the really cool things about Super 8. I don't know how much thought you've put into it, Drew, but it's played a huge role in just kind of putting awareness on certain performers. You know, like Austin Aries wasn't Austin Aries when he did the Super 8 the first time, or Christopher Daniels, or whatever the case may be. Have you given thought to that? Like how much the tournament has helped to kind of elevate the way people are perceived?
1,000%. This is going to be, for me personally, speaking from my perspective, obviously I would love to win the Super 8 tournament, and I'm fully confident that I do have the ability to do so. But I do see this as a major opportunity to break in, not just into New Jersey, but the Northeast as a whole. I feel like this is me bringing my talents to new, fresh eyes that may not necessarily know who in the HE double hockey sticks I am. But when they see DH and HD live for the first time, and they go, hold on. This big, blonde, beautiful son of a gun just stole the entire show. Oh my God, can we see more of this guy? And then maybe that could be the diving board into the pool of relevancy in the Northeast and beyond after that. So I do understand that the Super 8 holds a lot of weight into the future.
Now, I'm sure you, just because of the experience that you have, I'm sure you've started to do your homework on the opponents that potentially you could face at this tournament. Is there anybody in particular that like you kind of have on your checklist that you want to kind of mix it up with?
So, you know, I'm sure that every other participant, including himself, might say the same thing. Whenever, just for some context, whenever the graphic got dropped, it got a lot of attention, and I got a lot of messages, and I got a lot of, you know, oh my God, congratulations. There was one guy that said, you know, congrats, you're respectful, we're on a similar wavelength of professionalism. But old Darius Carter, the ECWA champion.
Yeah, he keeps coming up.
Yeah, he decided to, you know, just throw out there, like, you know, just make sure, you know, whenever we get to it, just stay out of the way. I don't really know how everyone feels, but, you know, if you kind of like push my buttons a little bit, I start to go, okay, okay, noted. So if there was one choice, if I had the choice of picking whoever my first, second, last, whomever opponent would be, it would be Darius. Because not only would winning the Super 8 tournament mean that much more, but taking that nice championship he's got on his shoulder would also be a really nice added bonus.
Now, I was going to ask you about that because obviously he is putting the title on the line in the tournament, and there haven't been a whole lot of, in fact, I don't think it's ever happened where the champion came in, retained through matches, and won the tournament. So there's a pretty good chance we're going to see a title change or two here.
And I would love to be that guy. So, you know, just for those of you who may not know, down here in the Southeast, out of the Carolinas, Georgia, Florida, just basically this entire territory, I have a habit of being a belt collector of sorts. It's usually within like 6 months of me being in a promotion or a company, I'll have gold around my waist at some point in time. So who's to say that ECWA for night one for me and the Super 8 tournament doesn't end with not only a trophy, but also a nice brand new shiny championship? I don't know. Who's to say?
No, I was going to ask you because you've had a lot of success on different independents. What is it about a performer that can come in and just kind of take over like that? What is it that brings that to the surface?
I would say, and this is all going to sound so braggadocious, so like, you know, bear with me here. I know I got a big head and all that, and I come across as very, very confident in myself and egotistical. But for me, what I dedicate myself to is not just the in-ring. I work on brand, I work on persona, I work on, you know, the DH and HD as a presentation. I'm in the gym 5 to 6 times a week. I'm working on connections. I'm working as hard as I can to be a centerpiece of wherever I go, to stand out from the entire rest of the show. Because right now, wrestling is in such a boom period. There is so much talent. It is absolutely bonkers. It is insane. The amount of it's almost next to impossible to stand out at this point. But I take that in a friendly competition kind of mindset where I'm like, okay, you're killing it. Watch me kill it, and then try and step up the game a little bit. So everywhere I go, I always try to watch matches from that show. I always try to study the product. I always try to look for what kind of role or hole or void could I fill that they may not necessarily have. And just being me apparently is just enough to do it.
Drew, I got a question for you, unrelated to the Super 8, because you seem to be a student of your craft, and you seem like you know your history a little bit. Past or present, if there was one guy, any promotion that you could lock up with, who would it be and why?
This goes in the same vein as like everybody's saying, these are my top 5 favorites. Someone asked me the other day, just for some context, like, who is your favorite of all time? I can't answer that because there's so many options. But if I had to, if there was a gun pointed in my head and I had to pick, I'm gonna say my personal choice would be. We're gonna go with. You know what? We're gonna go with Jackie Fargo. I'm gonna go with Jackie Fargo right now. He is a
okay.
Wow.
I think that would be just. It would be such a study moment of how to crowd control, how to he's just so stupidly entertaining, and it's so hard to find tapes on guys like him these days because it's like VHS or maybe some like really grainy footage, but anything that I do find on him is just chef's kiss. It's so good.
I almost had you pegged as a Tully Blanchard kind of guy.
I love Tully. Oh my God, Tully, man. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I could have said Arn Anderson,
right.
Blanchard, Gorgeous George, Rick Flair. Like, I had so many people in mind, but like for whatever reason, I'm just thinking to myself, Sputnik Monroe or just somebody. But like, Jackie Fargo was the first one that I thought, I would love to do some Memphis, do some Memphis loose with Jackie Fargo and see how that would go. Just to feel that electricity and energy.
Yeah, that's a student answer right there for sure.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
And think about how many people like Jackie Fargo influenced.
Oh my God,
that's cool. That is really cool.
Absolutely.
So, and again, we've got Drew Hood on with us, ECWA Super 8. So, Drew, let's say it's 5 to 10 years from now. Okay. Where do you think you'll be? Where do you see yourself?
All right.
I don't mean where you're going to be situated, but where are you going to be in the industry?
My belief is that within the next 5 to 10 years, my belief is that I will be world traveled and world traveling. I believe that I will have finally, as they say, finally had like the true light bulb moment and discovered what the, each individual performer's position in professional wrestling, sports entertainment is. I do fully believe that I will have been on and will be on TV in some capacity. Who's to say where, who's to say when, but I do fully believe that I have that ability and capability to be there one day. Within 5 to 10 years, I would also like to, 10 to 15 years in, I would like to be not necessarily fully training, but like coaching in some capacity as well. I think I do have, even though I'm very limited, I'm a fresh cup of coffee in professional wrestling. I do think that I do have some weird knowledge already that helps me stand above others. But then again, I still have a lot to learn. I learn something new every day with wrestling. And it's just, I think within, 5 to 10, 15 years, we'll just say 15 years, I would love to be coaching or training at some point in time as well.
Well, I could definitely see all that. I could, having checked out a couple of your matches now, I see a lot of similarities with some of the guys that have competed in the tournament in the past, people that we've had on this show years ago. So it's a really cool thing, Drew, and I wish you nothing but the best with this tournament.
You so much.
Of course, yeah. Before we let you go, I have a huge favor to ask, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Would you be able to record a bumper for us to play on the beginning of the show?
Yeah. What you need me to say?
Well, the idea is when you're big and famous,
Yeah.
I'll be able to act like we were best friends the whole time.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. We are best friends. We sat and had coffee in the shop the other week. What do you mean?
Yeah, for sure.
You guys are invited for dinner this next Thursday. So I'll have the chicken, rice, and broccoli ready for everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we'll do Friendsgiving together.
Oh,
it'll be great.
Friendsgiving
No.
and
So Drew, the name of the show is In the Room. If you could just tell people who you are, remind them that they're listening to In the Room, we'll be good.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to one of the most prestigious talk shows in the entire scene today, In the Room. And this is a verified message from yours truly, the prince of all things sports and entertainment, the conductor of the Hood Hype Train, telling each and every single listener right now to be everything you always wanted, as it says on the merchandise. Be, yeah?
I love it. Thank you so much for the time, Drew.
Absolutely. Thank you.
It's going to be a lot of fun. On March 23rd, ECWA Wrestling.com for tickets and information. Drew Hood, one of the featured performers for the Super 8. Take care, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, there you have it.